Shahbaz Bhatti was a very dear friend, a brother, a hero of mine. For more than 5 years, we worked closely together for religious freedom in Pakistan when he was a young grassroots human rights activist in the country. We spoke by telephone every week, sometimes several times a week. We traveled together in Pakistan. On one occasion, we together missed a bomb in Islamabad by just 5 minutes. I was constantly inspired by the extraordinary courage, dedication, sacrifice, selflessness that Shahbaz always showed. Not just the courage of advocating and speaking out, but of being a physical presence alongside and in solidarity with the persecuted religious minorities of Pakistan. And he was always very clear about one thing, which is religious freedom for all. Motivated by his Christian faith, he championed religious freedom for everyone. He co-founded and led the All Pakistan Minorities Alliance, bringing together people of different faiths to work for religious freedom for everyone. I will always remember an occasion where a Christian community in Chasada in Northwest Frontier Province was being threatened and faced an ultimatum. And I had been advocating for help for that community to prevent a tragedy. And on the day of the ultimatum, I telephoned Shahbaz. I had no idea, although I should probably have guessed, that he was actually in Chasada on the day when the Christian community was expecting a possible attack. And when he answered his phone, he said to me words that I will never forget. He said, "Thank God you have telephoned. The Christian community here are terrified. They're expecting an attack, and they feel that the rest of the world doesn't know and doesn't care. And the mere fact that you have now called means I can tell them that somebody in the outside world does know, does care, is speaking, is praying, and is trying to help. And that will give them hope and encouragement and strength." A few months before Shahbaz's assassination, 10 years ago today, on the 2nd of March, 2011, a few months before that, Shahbaz spoke to the Conference of Christian Solidarity Worldwide, CSW, in London. And he said these words, and these should be an inspiration for us all as we remember his life and his legacy. "I live for religious freedom," he said, "and I am ready to die for this cause. We have a commitment to bring a change in the lives of people. We will bring a change in the life of those who are living in darkness, a change in the lives of those who don't have a hope, and we will bring a smile on the faces of those living under severe harassment and victimization. This is the key objective of my life, to live for those who are voiceless, who are suffering. We need to change the plight of those who are living in the darkness of persecution and victimization. That is the commitment that we make, to bring justice for those who are denied justice." But he also had a message for the persecutors, for what he called the forces of intolerance. He said, "We will not allow you to capture our country." And he called on his audience then, and I believe this should be our call today, in his honor. He said, "Let us pledge that we will work together to promote harmony and tolerance. We will bridge the gaps between different faiths. We will strengthen this world with the message of peace and tolerance." In a separate message that he recorded 4 months before his assassination and that he left with the BBC to be broadcast in the event of his murder, because he was receiving threats all the time, and he knew that the tragedy that did eventually come on the 2nd of March 2011 was always a possibility. But he said these words in that message, which was then broadcast hours after his assassination. He said, "These Taliban threaten me, but I want to share that I believe in Jesus Christ, who has given his own life for us. I know what is the meaning of the cross, and I am following the cross. I'm ready to die for a cause. I'm living for my community and suffering people, and I will die to defend their rights. We may not be called to pay that ultimate price that Shahbaz in the end did, that he gave his life for this cause. But I believe all of us are called to do what we can to champion religious freedom for the people of Pakistan, because we ourselves can't enjoy our freedoms until everybody is free around the world. And so religious freedom in Pakistan, religious freedom everywhere, needs to be defended and protected for everyone, of every religion and none, everywhere. I end by saying this: every time I go to Rome, I make it a top priority as a point of pilgrimage to go to the Basilica di San Bartolomeo all'Isola, where Shahbaz Bhatti's personal Bible is on display in a commemoration to modern-day martyrs. I think every time that I've been in Rome since Shahbaz's death, I've been able to go to the Basilica to pray for a few moments in front of Shahbaz's Bible, to remember my friend Shahbaz, but also to renew my commitment to continue the fight for religious freedom and for human rights around the world, the fight for which Shahbaz gave his life and which we have a responsibility to continue.